I want to ask specifically about something that came up. I want to ask, we're going to continue to go forward. I want to ask specifically about something that came up during the election. And I will direct this question to you, Governor O'Malley, and to you, Mr. Martin. We're going to continue to go forward. About 1/3 of Donald Trump's advertising, campaign advertising in October of 2004. Pardon me. Well, wait a second.
You all work for billionaires or working people? You work for billionaires or young people like me? Raise your hands, don't get billionaires out of our country. Raise your hands.
Thank you. So we're going to continue on again for a small number of trans, incarcerated, and undocumented immigrants. These particular
and Democrats are still taking money from the arsonists.
You know,
but the other, but
can you? Let's talk about the climate emergency. Okay, hello. Let's get to the climate emergency. Let's get to the climate emergency. Jen Psaki, excuse me.
As you can see, the inmates have taken over the asylum. What you're looking at is a forum that they held during the elections this weekend for the DNC leadership. That's for the Democrat National Committee, for their leadership, for their chair, for their vice chair and whatnot. And I'm sure you can imagine it was so entertaining and was hilarious. It was so funny that I wanted to make sure that I shared it with you. I got some clips in here and I'm just going to let them rip. Now I'm going to watch them with you, and excuse me if you hear me laughing, because it was the most unorganized, unproductive election I've ever seen before. And check this out, for a party that screams about diversity, equity, and inclusion and wants to label Trump a racist and Hitler and Republicans are racist. This party, who they voted for their leadership, was mind-blowing. For all of their big talk, they voted in a man named Ken Martin, okay, who ran Kamala and Tim Walz's campaign for presidency, and the young radical, the far left radical dude named David Hogg. And as you'll see his picture on the screen. Now, like I say, they are so hypocritical. They do all of that grandstanding and all of that big talk when the cameras are on, when the mainstream, or should I say the lamestream media is on. But behind the scenes and stuff like this, so they know the average person isn't going to watch this, isn't going to see this. But remember, journalism has shifted. Now people are getting their information from the internet, and individuals like myself and many other great podcasters and people that share information, they do an awesome job of digging this stuff out and bringing it to you. So without further ado, let's get back to it.
Excuse me. We're going to skip ahead. Jen Psaki's going to ask about the climate. We're going to go to climate. Let's go.
We'd like to ask some of these questions. If you can just give us a moment. Thank you.
yes.
Okay. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate you all being here. I just want to restate. We want to hear your opinions. We're just asking the questions so you can all hear from these candidates and people at home can hear. Okay, let me start by asking a question more formally that someone asked.
Even he's laughing.
Thank you all.
Not to criticize anyone who did it, but I think it's a little.
Now I'm stopping right there. These are the actual candidates that we're getting into next. Okay, so that was just a couple of the outbursts, because I didn't want to make this video too long, but they were going crazy. The police was throwing people out. They were breaking up whenever somebody was talking. People started screaming. They were cursing, and it was just so disorganized. It was just terrible. And this is the Democrat Party that is supposed to change the country and lead it in a new direction, right? Give me a break.
Odd when people on the stage agree with you that you then yell at them, even if when people agree with, it would be nice if you said these people agree with us, so maybe that's a good direction.
And if you're enjoying the content on this video, do me a solid, hit that like button. I'll never ask you for a cash app. I will never ask you for a super chat. But you hitting that like button, that is currency. It helps spread the video out to other people. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And when you do, hit the notification bell and select all. That way, you'll be updated when I upload new videos.
There was a vote. We voted for Kamala Harris to be our nominee, and we're proud of that vote.
Fellow Democrats, hey, I am speaking, and I would love your attention. There is a Black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking.
It couldn't just be because she got something good to say. It has to be because she's a Black woman standing at the podium. And see, this is what turns other cultures off, because I don't like it. And I am Black. So let alone if I'm a white woman, white man, Hispanic woman, Hispanic man, Asian, and it's like, hey, I'm Black, so you need to listen to me. That's bull crap. This identity stuff, it is was taking them down and down. The Democrat Party is over. And as you finish watching this video, you're going to really see what I mean. This is a clear-cut example that 2028 is looking real good. All the Republicans have to do, well, Trump is working. And all the Republican Party has to do is stay in line and make sure that hopefully we've rooted out the rhinos and we can get things done. Because the people are hungry for real leadership.
We'll hear nominating statements for Dr. Quintessa Hathaway.
She only got 10 minutes, or, you know.
We shall overcome.
I'm sorry, y'all. The candidates are supposed to be, you know, giving their pitch on why they should be elected. And listen, you know, I'm all about good songs, but to break out into a Negro spiritual during an election is a new campaign strategy if I ever saw one.
All that I am and will ever be is because of the life and legacy of my late mother, Miss Joanne Hathaway. We are sick and tired of being the last one hired and the first one fired. We are sick and tired of the word white, working class, being a code word for whiteness. My words were well received. And even though I know that there's a coalescence right now around the Ben, Ken, and O'Malley show.
Now, let me point out to you who that is. Ben O'Malley, Ken Martin, and Ben Wexler. Bill O'Malley, excuse me. These are all, so it's Bill O'Malley. He's a governor. You got Ben Wexler, and you got Ken Martin. These are three white men who the whole campaign has been all about. This is where the big money has been pouring into them. As a matter of fact, Ben and Bill O'Malley, those are your elitist groups. Those are the ones that got the endorsement. Ben Wexler, the endorsement of Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and yada yada. And the guy Bill, you know, he has support from some elitist Democrats too, the old guard, the old regime. And then, like I told you earlier, Ken Martin, he from Minnesota, the sanctuary state for sex changes for children. He ran the campaign for Tim Walz. He's not the most masculine individual you ever seen in your life. And he said during this event that he felt like the Democrat messaging was on point and it doesn't need to change. And my message to you, Ken, if you by some chance you see this video, you're right, buddy, keep it up.
Our mission is clear: to ensure that the Democratic National Committee is prepared to meet the defining challenge of our time. We are the primary defenders of our democracy, guardians of justice, and champions of a future where every American can live free from fear and oppression.
Kind of makes them sound like Democrat Avengers, right? It makes you think like we're the guardians of this and about. You see how arrogant these people are? Who says that you are the guardian of anything? Nate Snyder? Most people don't even know who you are. I didn't know who he was until I was doing research on this. But I'm not a Democrat. I'm not affiliated with anything Democratic. But I will admit this one thing. It was 2004 when I had my epiphany. You know, I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I've lived in Florida when I got out of college. You know, I've been in Florida now almost 30 years. But I was raised up, my family, you know, everybody was Democrat. So I was raised up thinking I had to be a Democrat because I was black. And I know white people who said that they were Republican just because of that too. And that was horrible. And I got challenged in my 20s by a gentleman that asked me, why are you that? And I did not have an intelligent response for him besides, well, that's what my parents were. And I felt so ignorant saying that I started researching so that I could give an intelligent answer the next time. And I'm researching for information to establish my truth as a Democrat. But as I was digging, the stuff I was finding and what I was seeing initially, I disregarded. I even denied it and said it was it was fake. Then I was just blown away that what I had been taught and told my whole life could be so wrong. And then I was pissed because I realized how many others are misled, especially right now. I know people who grew up with me that are in my age bracket who were perfectly fine. They were more conservative values. They believe in marriage. They believe in same-sex marriage. They believe in having children. They believe in God. They believe in personal responsibility. But somehow over these last 9 or 10 years, I don't know if it's something in the water in certain areas like the Midwest or further north or even out west, where these people forget that Trump was in office before. They forget that. I had one black dude tell me, oh, he's going to cancel Black History Month. I'm like, brother, you know he was president before, right? Or they have the TDS breakdown where they talk all this crap about Trump. And the only thing I say is, okay, well, tell me what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, what policies did they enact that are working right now that should have earned our votes? They start foaming at the mouth and get to shaking and F you, Trump is horrible, and run away. And I'm not talking about old people, young people. I'm talking about all of them. Every one of them that identifies Democrat can never articulate why we should have voted that way. You may be different, but I haven't met them. But let me get on back.
Most recently, creative director for the DNC convention. The last time we were all truly happy. That joy may feel like a lifetime ago. On the digital front line since 2007. The first new media guy for students for Barack Obama. Great boss, charming Muslim from Kenya.
Did you hear him just call Barack Obama a Muslim from Kenya? Now, he worked directly for him. Think he might know a little bit better than the millions of people out here that's going off what the media feeds us, making people believe like he was a Christian. But look at his policies. Look at the way he worked. A lot of the things they did were more so to subvert and suppress our responses to Israel and kind of big up and help out some of these other Arab nations. Look at what the Democrat Party, how focused they're on Palestine. Look at what they did as far as giving weaponry to Hamas. Look at how we ran out of Afghanistan and left all of that weaponry. Was that a mistake, coincidence, or intentional? You decide. Matter of fact, put in the comments and tell me what you think.
Our party isn't broken, but our approaches are. We need to accept that digital is just the water we swim in this millennium. And y'all can look so cringe on the internet. It turns some people off.
Our struggle last year to appeal to young male voters should have finally taught us a lesson.
My name is Troy Blackwell. I know that I'm a new face to many of you, but I'm a proud Afro-Latino from the South Bronx, New York. I grew up in one of the poorest congressional districts in the country. So Democrats, we can't let our faith succumb to our fears. I'm a new candidate for many of you. I'm a different candidate for many of you. I may not be your first choice, I may not be your second choice, but I have always fought. I'm a hard fighter. So I'm asking that if you are ready to win, if you are ready to get back to work, you're ready to have a hard fighter, then I'm asking you to take a chance on someone like me, a proud, non-binary Afro-Latino from the South Bronx.
The final tally of votes, Troy Blackwell, 0.
Now, Troy Blackwell was the guy that just finished last with the white suit that checked all the boxes. Afro, Latino, non-binary, looked like he was about 4'8". Oh my God, checked all of the boxes. a little overweight, checked all the boxes, got 0 votes. These people get on my nerves. They make me sick. They're so hypocritical, you know, but I'm gonna digress. I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to make sure that you saw that. So I don't want to take too long on this. It was, man, and the rest of it, oh my God. Think about it, that was just 15 minutes. And one was a forum that was about 8 or 9 hours. The other one was the actual election, and that was about 11 hours. So I had to go through and cut out, you know, what I could. Now there's some other heavy hitter doggone moments in there that are just so embarrassing for that party, but great for conservatives and for the MAGA movement. But I'm Brian Maxwell. Thank you again for watching. Remember to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all. Peace.